Number 10, you received without having to pay. Give therefore without compensation. No repayment, reward should stand in line for you, be taken by you, for love and peace and consonance harmony. 11, take only bed and board given in love and renunciation, selflessness, and so you shall also have food and drink in a place where you can lay your head to rest, so that you can also eke out your existence. 12, consider well every commanded fulfillment of duty and effort, work for wages, remuneration, is worthy of its compensation, reward. But teaching the teaching is not a demanded or commanded effort or fulfillment of duty which demands a repayment, reward. 13, the teaching of the prophets, that is, the teaching of truth, teaching of spirit, or it's been changed to the teaching of creational life energy, teaching of life, is given as an unbidden, voluntary fulfillment of duty of a determination, mission, which is fulfilled without distinct wages, remuneration, or affirmation, agreement, work, and wage agreement. 14, you shall not amass gold, silver, or copper in your belts. But when you give balms, remedies equals herbal drinks, herbal ointments, salts for healing, or otherwise give any things which you yourself must settle, pay for. So a measure, price, shall be paid to you for these. 15. Also on your travels, you shall not take large bags with you, wherein to carry food, water, and clothing. 16. Go on your way with only that which you have need of, the bare essentials, for eating and drinking and sleeping, for keeping yourselves clean, and for a change of clothing. 17. Never carry many things with you, because you would only burden yourselves and become welcome victims of waylaying bandits. 18. Remember furthermore what I have said. Every endeavor, work, is worthy of its compensation, reward, and you will not be wanton if you diligently comprehend, learn, and teach and disseminate the knowledge. 19. When you go into a city or into a village, inquire if someone is there who is worthy, and stay with him or her, if you are accepted as a guest until you depart. 20. If the house is worthy, your peace will pass on to the occupants. But if the house is not worthy, your peace will turn to you when you leave it, will return to you when you leave it. Explanation. If the house is worthy means, in the house, love, peace, freedom, harmony, and knowledge, as well as the following of the creational natural laws and recommendations prevail among the inhabitants. In this case, the human beings, according to sentence 20, the disciples and discipluses, who are of the same nature and who enter the house, should also pay to or give the residents of the house the same high values. If the house is not worthy means, in the house, unpeace, strife, discord, lovelessness, disharmony, and the turning away from the creational natural laws and recommendations prevail among the inhabitants. Consequently, such an unpleasant house, should be exited quickly, so that one's own high values are not disadvantaged and continue to exist. 21. And if someone will not take you in or listen to your words of teaching, leave that house or that city and shake the dust from your feet. 22. Truly I say to you, Do not stay at such places, because they are abodes of unknowing evil. The human beings there will not comprehend the words of the truth and the knowledge, so they do not want to recognize them, the knowledge and the truth. And they will try to take your life there at a suitable time, opportunity. 23. Flee from those places, because their residents are disloyal to the creation and thus to the laws of nature, to the laws of the nature. The people there worship shrines, gods, tin gods, and images, idols, but they do not appreciate the creation, nor do they follow its laws. 24. Flee from those places, for the human beings there will try to take your life, because they are not willing to leave their false and confused teachings. 25. Flee from such unfair ones, because you must not lose your life for the sake of the truth and the knowledge. No law demands it of you, nor is there one that endorses such inconsiderateness, recklessness. 26. Truly I say to you, many nevertheless will die, and they will shed their blood into the sand, because later my teaching will be turned into confused teachings, as I have never taught them, and which originate in the minds of the scribes and the priests and zealots, fanatics, of new cults, religions, sects. 27. Thereby, they will bring the human beings under their Gewalt, control, through belief in their false and confused teachings, in order to rob them of their goods and chattels. 28. In all the world, all around the world, there will be wailing and chattering of teeth when the blood flows from those who have made my teaching of the wisdom and the knowledge into false and confused teachings and have forgotten the teaching of the prophets. And the blood will flow from all those who, in their confused belief and through evil seduction, follow these false and confused teachings of the cults, religions, sects, and believe and advocate these, which are truly not my teachings, and which I have never taught. 29. Many of these confused cult believers will lose their lives, including many of the people of the God believers in this land, which, i.e., the land, will never find its peace until the end of all confusion, end of political and religious confusions, because it is unknowing and unwise and denies the power of the laws of creation, of the spirit of the creation, and of the love and of the knowledge. 30. Truly I say to you, the people of the God believers were not a distinct people originating from within, and their forefathers lived in old time by murder, robbery, and fire. For through cunning and murder, they got together in reprehensible war campaigns and gained possession of the land. So they made their best of friends drunk with wine and slaughtered them like wild animals. 31. So it will be in the coming time, that even the God believers of all peoples in the world, worldwide, will do the same and will shed human blood in great measure and will gain new land by deprivation of life, murder, and destruction and warlike bloody deeds, murder by war, as did the forefathers of the people in this land. 32. So will the God believers of all cultish attitudes, kinds, forms, every cultish religious direction equals all religions and sects, do in the coming time, because the false teachings of the cults, religion, sects, which will be evilly and confusedly made from my teaching by the Zealots, fanatics of the cults, religions, sects will be followed, from which terrible things and unpeace will arise. 33. So it will be that every wrong cult will rise up against the other and mercilessly spill human blood into the distant time to come, future, and unto the ends of the world, worldwide. 34. And it will be that hordes fallen ill to God-believing zeal will form, so through them, threat and gewalt, terror, terrorism, and bloody deeds, murder, and ruin, destruction will be carried out, spread unto the ends of the world, worldwide. 35. Thus, the God-believers will be ostracized until the end of the confusion, end of political and religious confusions, and they will never find rest nor give rest until then. For by the mixed, different kinds of God beliefs of the peoples, extreme, tremendous hatred will come into being and expand over the whole world, worldwide. 36. Behold, I am sending you among the unknowing, among the servants of gods and servants of tin gods, like sheep, among the predators. Therefore be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. But beware of these God believers, for they will turn you over to the courts and scourge you in their temples and torturing courts. 38. And you will be led before sovereigns and kings and the cult mighty, religious leaders, sect gurus, because of my teaching. As a testimony of deterrence, that they do not turn away from their God belief. To them, the God believers and all other unknowing ones. Let me read that again. 38. And you will be led before sovereigns and kings and the cult mighty, religious leaders, sect gurus, because of my teaching, as a testimony of deterrence, that they do not turn away from their God belief. To them, the God believers, and to all other unknowing ones. 39. If you cannot flee and they turn you over to the courts, do not be concerned, because the power of your spirit consciousness will not leave you, and your knowledge will tell you what you should say. 40. For it will not be you who speak, but the power of your spirit consciousness with its knowledge. 41. And you will come to be hated for the sake of the teaching of the prophets, and thus for the sake of my teaching. But those who persevere to the end will ultimately be great. Those who preserve knowledge, truth, and love will be great and satisfied. 42. When they persecute you in one city, however, then flee and go into another. I think I'm going to end there, and I hope you enjoyed listening, and please give a thumbs up so others can find this information. And I bid you a good day, and Salome.